That's it. That's your style. Darcy, what did we forget? We forgot gas. We have 27 miles. We gotta fill up. It is Friday. It's the day after our live stream. Thank you so much for everybody who watched that. Darcy, you were asleep. You don't even know. Wanted to shoot kind of like what today is gonna be like. Time for school. Okay, so like I said, it is Friday. It was kind of a late night for us because after we cut off, we were talking a lot, just about all the, comments and people who were a part of it. So thank you again for that. This is also my first Friday back from maternity leave, so I made it through my first week. Yay! It's also payday Friday. What I like to do on Fridays is a little bit of treat yourself from Parks and Rec. So I am getting some Starbucks to help me get through this Friday since I'm a little sleep deprived, just to celebrate getting through this week. So let's see. This line is quite crazy, but it will be worth it. So I just want to chat with you guys on my drive in for a minute, tell you a little bit about how our days are going right now that I'm back to work. So John and I both work full time. I have quite a bit of a commute to work. I have a typical Monday through Friday, kind of like a 8 to 4 type of job. And here and there I'm able to take a phone call or schedule an appointment. That's what I am planning on doing today. So I have a really full work day, but I also have to follow up with Miss A's caseworker. This caseworker, yes, started off on the wrong foot, didn't get a great impression, but when she came back for her second visit, she really did redeem herself. I can tell she really, really cares. Caseworkers are incredibly overworked. Originally, I was planning on being a social worker, and until I kind of found out how burned out social workers and caseworkers can get. So I try to give them a little bit of time. We have given Miss A's caseworker a couple of weeks to respond to some not urgent but important things. So the biggest one being school. We need certain documentation to provide to the school to finish her registration and enrollment. So that is the biggest thing, hands down. We also have a small little weekend trip that we want to take Miss A on next weekend, and so we need to get parent approval for that because it'll be out of state. So I haven't heard back about that, but I think that she is reaching out to the parents and waiting for that approval. And then there's just some miscellaneous things. So things that are really going to help Miss A. She did have a Kings Island pass. We want to see if that's something that we can obtain for her. It would save us the money of getting her a new pass or admission or whatever, if she already has it. So the caseworker would have to facilitate those discussions to try to get those. We think that it's something that should kind of travel with her, but we just have to wait and see. So some things are kind of minor follow-up, some things are much more important. Like I said, the school is the number one thing. I have a meeting with the school coming up next week, and I need to make sure that we have all the documentation. What else is going on today? I'm just excited. We have a really fun weekend planned. I just got to get through some work deadlines, then we'll be able to just enjoy family time. Just checked my email, my personal email, and got a message from Miss A's caseworker, and it looks like for the vacation next weekend, we haven't officially gotten approval, and it looks like one of the biological parents is hesitant. So the caseworker actually has a visit with them today, so she's going to find out more. So we'll know yes or no on the trip, but it would be really disappointing. She was really counting on going. I am heading home. I am actually going to make a stop at one of our viewers' homes. This is something I mentioned in the live stream last night. There was a young girl who reached out to us who was local. Her name is Hope, and she is 14. And she reached out and she had just cleaned out her closet. Or no, she's not 14, she's 16. But she cleaned out her closet and had a bunch of, really well taken care of hand-me-downs, and she wanted to hand those off and see if Miss A wanted to use those. I am gonna stop by. She has them bagged up and ready that I can just pick them up on her porch. Can't wait to see those and have Miss A go through them. From the pictures that she sent me, I think that they're gonna be perfect. I just hope that they are the right size for her. That's always, something that you're not gonna know. And then I told Hope that we would go ahead and donate the items that Miss A either doesn't fit into or just weren't really her style. I'm actually going to donate them to our local organization called Hope's Closet, which is so ironic. Part of the reason why I went ahead and wanted to accept this girl's donation. But there's a organization local to us in Hamilton, Ohio, and it is called Hope's Closet, and they collect items for foster families and foster kiddos. So when you get a placement, a lot of times they're not going to have a lot of items, and if families can't afford to go, foster families can't afford to go out and get them items, they can come to this location and go through the closet, which is kind of like an open store. And it's just a really, really great organization. When I heard about them and what they do, I was just, really drawn to them. And so that's where the items will go that Miss A doesn't use. So let's see what we got. Just picked up the bag from Hope, so thank you again. I can't wait to have Miss A go through those items. And we'll film that and we'll add it to this video. If you have items that you have gone through, you're cleaning out your closet and you have pieces that are in really good condition, find a foster specific organization that accepts those donations. That way they can really just go straight to the kids. Darcy, say hi to YouTube. So I just picked up Darcy and I realized that I forgot to get Miss A's allowance. So I am gonna swing in and get that. So we have her money. We do $15 of spending allowance and then $5 savings. And the goal there is that $5 will start to accumulate. If they do end up with a purchase that they want to make that's a little bit more expensive, they already have some money saved, and they can always put extra money towards it. There are ways that they can make a little bit more money by doing extra chores and stuff like that. So with the older kids, they have activities that they want to go to. We want to show them the difference between a need and a want. So we want them to have a little bit of cash on hand for the stuff that they want while we are providing their needs. All right, so that has been our day. We are going to have a really fun and exciting weekend that we will share with you next week. Thanks for watching. Check out in the description some resources if you're looking to get involved, and we will see you next time.